25 points to activate the champion rush condition. But the two at the top, EVOS Esports as well as AGAL, one needs a single point, the other one needs 17. Either way, it would be a miracle that I sure as hell want to see if all three teams that we just highlighted get to activate the champion rush condition right in this game.
Where's EVOS going? Oh my goodness, EVOS, they're gonna head to Graph Labs and they are outnumbering Pain Gaming. Maybe this is the way, AJ.
Huh?
Maybe this is how they get to champion rush.
Nani?
Pain Gaming, I don't think they knew what hit him.
EVOS, if this can go south, okay, they just need one elimination then they can just throw in the towel. But if it goes south, all right, if they get no eliminations whatsoever as they take this southern drop, that would be hilarious and sad at the very same time.
Here we go.
Players have been spotted out already. The Coda has been popped on the side of Pain Gaming. And the standoff between Falcons and Lost is here as well at Rustown. Unbelievable stuff all across this Alpine map.
Graph Labs is a pretty tricky spot to play it on Nextera. And Legion teams, they love this. They love a challenge. They love that the innovation that the terrain of this map brings, the infrastructure that it provides. Rigby against Peter. Wow. This one's gonna be close. Peter and Rigby both down low. Russia off screen. That's one knockdown. As that fight between EVOS and Pain now full-scale Motovia with the support of the electrotherapy is able to get a knockdown, but that elimination we saw for Russia, EVOS officially unlocks champion rush.
Oh, it's GG right there. Even though the battle was going south for them, they get that elimination. All thanks to the Wonder Kid. A 3-year investment leading EVOS Esports to the World Championship here at the ESports World Cup 25. Reigns sprayed down by Motovia. As the battle between Pain Gaming and EVOS Esports continues here at Graph Labs.
Aim on top of the room, Motovia saw him. He hit a cut shot. Russia gets taken down by Peter. So Russia eliminated. Aim actually finds Motovia. EVOS continues to fight on. Koju is out in the way, but if Aimgod can at least get another knockout punch, which he just did, Motovia going down. EVOS will put themselves in a better spot. Pain Gaming needs to go down. EVOS is making it hard.
Very nicely done by Aimgod. He loops up the opponent as well. Pulls up those blue balls right out of the loot box, but a 3v1. Even the god of aim could not get that one done. The Chill still has the team in play. Brings back the end of game 10. So even though they're close, they cannot falter. They can't really take this easy. Yasser, M1014 in hand. But of course, those numbers will very easily overwhelm the Hanaral.
And that's what the format demands out of the team. You have to play at your best every single round. Failure is truly not an option. And EVOS makes another great read. Coach Yu goes to Turbine, buys Russia back, and they all drop at Museum. And usually BRU will hold that spot for a bit longer, but BRU changing their approach onto Nextera. They made an early rotation to Farmtopia 3 minutes in, which leaves Museum for EVOS to use as a base to recover. And you could not have asked for a better situation for EVOS.
No, you could not, man. But either way, I think the confidence has dwindled down for EVOS, all thanks to Pain Gaming putting them in check. But now, Falcons up against R7. An opening here, but it is Della that takes advantage with the Bison. Pulls up the Time Turner as well. Uses it to back away on Fire's front. Down Peter! M1017! The shotty gets the hit. And backup's on the way. They make quick work of R7. Unbelievable stuff out of Falcons.
Finally, Falcons show some signs of life. The fans desperately wanting them to at least show that they still have it in them, and they indeed still do. Leading the elimination leaderboard for now, 7 eliminations on their belt. A clear path to rotate from Mona to Zipway or Rustown if they want to. The Nextera is their oyster at this point of time. Fluxo about to run into EVOS off the map. Vitality might run into AGL and Dragons.
My God, with the shotty, you cannot miss. And Falcons understanding exactly what is on the line here. Pina delivering with the shorty. But now, EVOS as yet another contender that's trying to ruin a little bit of their confidence once again. But is it going to work the opposite way as the Brazilians Fluxo come across the White Tigers?
Coach needs a +1. He is running the Cassie. Has a Tatsuya The Rebel Rush is back pocket as well, but the rest of the team, not really the most equipped. We're playing with a bit of scraps earlier on. They got some loot, but
nicely done.
Boost from Fluxo is going to give them that high ground advantage. Now Rasia gets activated.
Rasia's playground, but he needs to deal with both Butches in as well as Jiu. They've got the guns to make quick work of Rasia, but Ray pushes on forth, asking big questions, and 592 the glue walls. Brox has got the cover, but the valiant dash knocks him down. 2 players down on the side of Fluxo. Bobs with the survival play, with the jump pad, gets out of hell's way. And Fluxo might just survive long enough for this revival. He's got 1,000 coins. He can bring 2 players back in at least.
Unbelievable. Once more, Evo shows us how that Oscar is utilized. If you can't, if they run at you, you run straight at them. He then pull through Fluxo. 4 revive for the Brazilian squad. Circle closes down to southeastern side of the map, so these 2 teams need to make big rotations. But EVOS, with that win over Fluxo, will be able to loot up and be fully equipped by the time they get into the circle.
Yeah, praise the devs for these coin machines, because in the past, you would have needed a elimination for those extra 200 coins, or you needed to get lucky. But now with the coin machines littered all around, finding the extra 200, bringing the whole squad back in for a full reset. All those players will have a minimum of 2 glue walls as well as the P90. And this was a replay. M1017, Pina, freaking hell. Just with the phenomenal aim. You cannot miss with this gun, and this kid did not miss.
Stepping it up when all the chips are down to keep Falcons breathing. With that play, and with Falcons still in the game, you look at the total points on your screen right now, Falcons is going to have a temporary tally of 38 points. That is going to go up because we still have 11th squad left. Only R7 has been removed from the equation from the early encounter against Falcons. State of the circle, it's not going to get any easier. AGAL, Dragon Esports, Vitality, BRU, RRQ, Core Memory, they are all in same proximity.
But AGAL nowhere close to activating the champion rush condition just yet. We've only been able to achieve 1 out of many conditions, which is remain alive on the battlefield. Core Memory with a wild rotation, very far away from champion rush, but they can put a dead stop here to AGAL's hopes of activating the champion rush condition right here, right now outside of Jig.
That dream might go on a bit longer. AGAL investing that Riptide Rhythm. There's no follow-up just yet, just as a deterrent. EVOS moving over to Farmtopia, getting to loot up. Some supply box for them to check, probably emptied out by BRU earlier on, but look at this rotation again from EVOS. A safe passage into the circle whenever they want. If there's one team that has really proven to have done their homework, I think we're looking at them on the screen right now.
I don't know, man. I think the team that has done their homework is Dragons Esports, because game after game, circle after circle, these guys are finding the safe zone, and they are out-surviving Fluxo, they are out-surviving Movistar R7. They are the true champions out here, and they represent Saudi Arabia. They may not be well-skilled enough to pull away those eliminations, but these boys have sure as hell done their research. But now EVOS, as they fly on in to yet another firing squad. It's Pain Gaming looking for their heads, and they've got the high ground as an advantage.
EVOS back for round number 2, and this time revenge is to taste so sweet. Ray, Ross, they're all getting lit up, but they're not down just yet. Goose not so lucky. Koju finds him with that range. Goose needs to bring him back up. Those blue walls will start falling one by one, brick by brick. EVOS builds it back up. No, that one was that shot to keep him alive. But aimbot will not let Rasia go down. This Wonder Kid belongs to them. His survival is important, and they will make sure that the run continues.
Yeah, beautifully done up against Pain Gaming. But now big fights once again for Fluxo on the revival. They are on the back foot up against a well-oiled machine like Falcons. Is going to definitely beat up M590 to Fox, taking him out. Gio has got the charge buster and a long-range weapon to fall suit, but he could could not turn on them, but lost another Brazilian squad, lending Fluxo a hand. A miraculous save for their brothers Fluxo.
And once more, Falcons fall in their own nest, and this time not just in the hands of Fluxo, but lost, lending a helping hand as well from afar. With Pain Gaming forced away earlier on, the teams are starting to move towards the circle. Dragon Esports making that big jump pad rotation straight on top of Team Vitality, where Boxing Gym is. BRU season happening. The standout between Core Memory and AGAL continues.
Again, so impressive from Dragons Esports. You gotta love the fact that they have got the hustle in them, and to do so much of homework to survive this long on the world stage on their very first debut here. It's insane in terms of quality. But how long can they hang on with just those 3,000 IQ rotations? At some point, you need to get into a gunfight. You need those eliminations, Husky.
See the time turner and Steffi, the graffiti available too. I think DRG, they understood the position, right? They're very far from unlocking champion run, but they sure as hell can stop everyone else.
Yeah.
We expect them to come into this maybe dead last, but no, it's not them.
No, I mean, first of all, many people doubted the fact that they would even be able to get into Point Rush or the Grand Finals, but here they are, and they're not even dead last. And mind you, we are not just looking for who's going to be the champions of Free Fire at EWC 25, because every single rank that you climb up there, from the 12th to the 8th spot, I believe, you get a 5,000 USD bonus. These boys are playing for the cold hard cash. There's US dollars on the table there, baby.
Everyone's going to return home rich, but that biggest piece of the pie is not just the grand prize of, I believe, what, $300,000, but on top of that,
not just crushing other teams' totals.
And the trophy, right? You get to encase the fallen opponents.
Oh, yeah.
Your rivals, your nemesis, however you want to see them as, and bring the corpses back home, or the remnants of what's left of them.
Oh, that's the best part of the ESports World Cup.
I love it.
Yeah, not
brutal.
Yeah, not just a trophy, but the fact that you get to choose 3 of your opponents that piss you off the most, 3 of the opponents that try to stop you dead in your tracks, and you get to lay them down on the ground and build your trophy above them. That's beauty. It's just pure style at ESports World Cup. And of course, the rematch between Fluxo and Put It Up, the two teams that seem to be struggling.
What used to be a rematch for dominance is now just a rematch for survival. Never thought that we would come to this permutation of the storyline, but here we are. The narrative continues between Fluxo and BRU, as Fluxo are the ones engaging and initiating the assault. BRU laying out a labyrinth to keep Fluxo away. Butcherson is incredibly low, knocked down by the ability in the process. BRU now piles on forward. Fluxo could not overcome this nightmare that is Buriram United Esports.
Yeah, the A13 For popped at prime time here, Gio. Now needing to deal with the Riptide Rhythms, can't even pull up a decent glue wall to save himself. And Fluxo remains at the 12th spot. How unbelievable this is.
From the best to, at this point, the worst in the Grand Finals. EVOS, they're going to show up a great drop. Vitality, Dragon Esports, Core Memory for the picking, and EVOS chooses Core Memory as their point of contact. They see Pain Gaming, they see RRQ, but they are somehow in a good position to fight all of them.
Yeah, RRQ needs 25 points minimum, but the way this is looking, it looks like it comes to an end right here, right now. Pain Gaming goes down, and Pain is what RRQ receives as well, courtesy of EVOS and all of those shots. Put It Up, on the other hand, struggling to survive. A bus they will use to go back to the lobby.
And Rasa with the final blow too. 6 teams remain. Vitality now enters the picture. If Dev gets lost, Dragon Esports will play slow. But somehow EVOS are still in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. They have got their minds in the right place here. Their head is set. It's not just about activating Champion Rush. It's about making sure they get as many points as possible, and if potentially they can, stop AGAL from activating Champion Rush for themselves. And they are in prime position to do exactly that. Circle's going to start moving towards the team of Core Memory. AGAL in a deadly battle up against Vitality, and EVOS can play spoiler.
They certainly can. For themselves, for the trophy, or at least to catch another whiff, a sight of it that was placed right in front of them on that grand stage. AGAL with 5 eliminations, still holding strong, but core memory are not going to hold on for long. In fact, they are gone. EVOS finding another full wipeout, and now they have control.
AGAL needs to be finished off right here, right now, if EVOS wants to be the only team that activates Champion Rush through this match. And they'll have to depend on LOS right behind. But Dragons, the Saudi Arabian team, making a name for themselves once again. This is that team that has got ice cold. Stop running through their waves in this heartbreaking desert. Just here taking 1 point back for the squad. And you're gonna love this, man. Everybody being tortured by the Habibis.
You ask them to punish AGAL, they go above and beyond.
Come on,
they punish Lost, they punish EVOS, everyone at the mercy of Dragon Esports, but EVOS survived. They make it through, losing 1 member in the process, but Dragons now finds themselves in a pickle.
Dragons Esports, it does not get better than this. This is that Cinderella run. I don't even need to see them as champions. They are already champions with the way they're playing out there right now. Lost on the rotation. AGAL surviving with Cypher, but only till I said that F590 do the back, puts him out of the race. And it's now EVOS up against Lost, up against the Dragons.
And the Dragons Esports, they have high ground advantage, sure. But EVOS, they have the cover of the building. Riptide is going to take out that blue wall on the ledge. Dragons dropping down for full-on fight. EVOS can't just let this unfold. They don't need to be a part of this. They've already have control. Rigby takes out Simox. Lost also starting to lose body. General's going to knock down. Imgod joins the party as well. Takes out General. And Lost disengage. They pull away. They don't want a direct confrontation with EVOS, but it is bound to happen.
Dragon finally down and out, but not out of our hearts, baby. EVOS up against Lost. Unbelievable quality. 17 eliminations. So close to activating the Champion Rush, and that has just fueled them up even further. But Sexy with those sexy shots. And 590 needs another connection. But Rasia in the CQC with the AWM. Unbelievable. He's still standing. Can he get a no-scope? He cannot. And as Raone ends it, Brazil still has a reason to smile.
Lost gets their booyah, but EVOS Esports knows that all that effort that Lost put in is all for naught, because EVOS has put themselves in that position to win it all. They are the first and only team to unlock Champion Rush, and all they need is to win Solara.
And they put in the work to make sure AGAL does not get there. Condition number 1 was find 1 point, but they found 18 eliminations. Talk about some supremacy in the world of Free Fire. Indonesia, this is about to get crazy, y'all, as we head on into Solara for game number 6. The insane thing is, EVOS is one of the better teams on Solara, but here at EWC, not a single booyah at Solara yet. Could this be the game?
The championship booyah. Oh, what a dream on the map that they haven't even gotten the booyah yet. It all feels like it's lining up. The crowd, the Indonesian supporters, again, awaiting with bated breath. They've seen this before. It felt like the dream last year until it wasn't. And now they are back at it again. Deja vu is not even enough to describe that feeling in the stands. But here we are, EVOS, 1 step away from that championship title, and to bring it back for Indonesia as the first team to win an Indonesian, an international tournament.
My God, after 6 years, and the secret is Russia, the Russia. He is the secret weapon of Indonesia, the secret weapon of EVOS Esports. But we'll have to see at Solara whether that happens. A quick break and we get back.